Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, I highly suggest that you guys consider subscribing, especially if you're interested in becoming a model, because I make weekly videos where I give you guys some of the best tips that you wouldn't see anywhere else on how you can become a model. I also have an ebook on my website on how to get started in the modeling industry. So if you're interested, subscribe to my channel, stick with me. You won't find content like this anywhere else. So in this video, I want to give you guys 5 of the best tips that I received that really helped my modeling career. And I also want to share with you guys 5 of the worst tips that I received as well. Hopefully you guys can learn from some of the painful mistakes that I made, and so you guys don't have to make those mistakes as well. And definitely you guys would definitely take something away from this video that would help you improve and advance your modeling career. All right guys, so let's get straight to it. One of the best tips that I received that really helped my career was to move to a big market. I started my career in Chicago. Chicago is already a big enough market as it is, but at the time I was considering moving to a different city that wasn't going to be a big market. But someone gave me the tip to say, hey, look, you want to be a model, you definitely want to be in a big market like New York, Chicago, Miami, Los Angeles, because that's where most of the modeling jobs are going to be. That's where most of the modeling agencies are going to be. That's where you have clients and big fashion events. So if you're not in a big market, you're really limiting your chances of becoming the model that you think you should be. So definitely consider moving to a big market if you're in a small town. This would dramatically improve your chances of becoming a model, especially if you're one of those models that are really in the specialty categories, like if you're a plus size model or if you're commercial print, petite model, whatever, you will find more agencies in bigger markets. So definitely check that out. One of the worst tips that I received in my modeling career, and thankfully I did not make this mistake, an agent once told me to get a nose job, believe it or not. Now, personally, I like my nose. I don't think there's anything wrong with my nose. But this agent told me, hey, look, Francis, like if you really want to advance your career, consider getting a nose job. There are tons of models that have gotten cosmetic surgery. And I think if you got a nose job, like you can really do high fashion work in New York. And when she told me, I kind of like looked at her like, are you crazy? Like, seriously, you think I'm gonna touch my face? Like, I mean, there's absolutely no way. Like, my looks, comes from my family, comes from my parents. I don't think that's a good move for models to do any cosmetic surgery, because you're really also taking away your identity, what makes you unique. You don't want to look like everyone else, If you have really pronounced features, embrace them, make them your own. And you see many models, like for example, Tyra Banks, she has a really big forehead, but she didn't get cosmetic surgery to bring her hairline down and make her forehead smaller. Instead, she embraced it and that became her signature. So if you have a feature that you're a little bit insecure about, just remember you have to embrace them, because this is what makes you unique. This is going to be your selling point, and this is what's going to make clients love you. So don't take any advice as to getting a cosmetic surgery, because that's just going to be a bad idea. You're going to look like everybody else, and it's going to be easy to tell, especially as you get older. They're going to say, hey, like something's wrong with your face, like your nose doesn't move. Yeah, you look like you've had cosmetic surgery. So you're really also shortening the lifespan of your career. One of the best tips that I received was to sign with a top agency. So when I first started modeling, I was signed to a boutique agency in Chicago. And yeah, I was getting some work. I was getting some commercial print work here and there, but I really wasn't getting enough work where I felt like I was actually making enough money as a model. So I eventually ended up signing with Elite Models in Chicago. And as soon as I signed with Elite Models, like literally they started booking me the first week. I was doing, runway shows, I was doing commercial print, I was doing a whole bunch of work with Elite Models. So if you sign with a smaller agency, like a boutique agency, yeah, it's a good way to get started and get your feet wet, but you're not gonna go out a lot. When I say go out, you're not gonna go on go-sees, you're not gonna go on many castings, because these smaller agencies just don't have the same Rolodex or the same connection as the bigger agencies do. So for example, the bigger agencies, they can pick up the phone and call their clients and say, hey, look, you need to check out this model. I just signed this model. You need to book him for something. I suggest you guys do a shoot, whatever. But smaller agencies might not have that one-on-one relationship with the clients. So if you can, aim for those big agencies, try to get signed by them. Once you get signed by a top agency, I mean, your career is just really gonna like take off. You're gonna be working a lot, you're gonna be going on go-sees. So I think it's a really good advice to go for a big agency if you can. And if you can't get into a big agency just yet, it's okay to sign with a smaller boutique agency just to get your feet wet, but don't stay with them for too long because it can really just be a career killer. So one terrible advice that I received from another model was to flirt with the client to get the job. Now, I've never flirted with the clients, but I've seen other models do it, and some of them have been successful, but most of them have not. Now, this is a terrible idea because if you flirt with the clients, the outcomes are just negative. There's nothing positive that's going to come out of it. Yes, you might get the job, but secondly, the client is going to expect you to flirt with them or give them some kind of favors, you know, whether it's sexual favors or whatever, but that could potentially happen, and that's just not good. I mean, that's technically abuse, right? So that could happen. You're also going to lose respect as a model. There's going to be chit chats about you behind your back, talking about, oh yeah, this model is this model is that. So you're just going to have a really negative reputation. And potentially you could get blacklisted as well if other clients or the agencies find out that you're doing this. I've seen this happen. I have definitely seen this happen. I've seen models who have been blacklisted because they were flirtatious or they were making advances to some of the clients to get bookings. This is just dirty. So make sure you're not doing any of that because the outcomes are going to be terrible for you. Another good tip that I received from my agents when I was starting out my career, you know, she told me to really drink a lot of water. And almost everywhere I've been to, every modeling convention, every agent I've spoken to, every photographer I've spoken to, anyone that I've spoken to in the modeling industry, they tell you drink water. And ever since I heard that when I was first 17, that you need to drink at least 8 glasses of water a day, I started drinking water, and my skin for the most part has been really good throughout my career. I haven't really had bad skin problems. Drinking water, staying away from alcohol, not smoking, taking care of your skin, so having some kind of skincare regimen. I don't care if you have great skin, I don't care if you're a guy or a female, everyone has to have a skincare regimen if you want to maintain a vibrant, healthy looking skin. Definitely make sure you're drinking enough water a day, and try not to consume so much alcohol, because that's going to dehydrate you, it's going to be bad for your skin, it's going to make you bloated. It just doesn't really do much to help improve your appearance. So taking good care of your health, that's important, and staying fit, that's really a really good advice that I received earlier on, and it's really helped me up to this point, and I still kind of like keep that in mind every day. I try to keep a healthy lifestyle. I work out often, I drink a lot of water, I still don't drink. So these tips are great, and they're definitely going to help you guys along the way. Another bad advice that I received was to take creatine to bulk up. And if you guys don't know what creatine is sort of like a supplement that helps your muscles recover and grow bigger and faster. It also kind of like feeds your muscles, so when you're going to the gym, you feel stronger and you can lift heavier weights. But the negative thing about creatine is that it actually bloats you. So this advice I received from another model who was a lot bigger than me. This model told me to take creatine to increase my muscle mass because, again, depending on what market you're in or what category you're in, some agencies and some clients prefer bigger, bulkier models with, you know, defined muscle physique. And that's like, you know, that's really not been me since throughout my career. I've always been more on the leaner and cut side. So that's a really bad advice. If you take creatine, yeah, you might get more muscle mass, but you're also going to be bloated, especially in the face. Your body's going to retain a lot more water, so that way your muscles are not going to be so defined. Another of the best tips that I received from an agency was to stay ready at all times. Be ready so you don't have to get ready. And what that means, she always said, make sure your body ready, make sure your body ready, stay body ready. And what she meant by that was like, make sure you're at the gym like all the time, make sure your body is ready to be seen by a client at all times. You can't have any slack off weeks or slack off months because you never know when you're going to get a booking. So for example, in the modeling industry, and I'm sure most of you guys know this as well, there's no, it's very unpredictable. You know, my agent could call me right now and say, hey, Francis, can you go see this shut up, Siri. So for example, my agency could call me up right now and say, hey, Francis, can you make it to this go-see right now? Like, can you make it to the go-see in 30 minutes? And there's no excuses. You can't say, oh, well, I haven't been working out for the past 2 weeks, or hey, I just ate this cheeseburger and I'm a little bit bloated. You know, there's no excuses at all. So you have to be body ready at all times. Your skin has to be ready at all times to be seen, because you never know when that big opportunity is gonna come about. So stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That was one of the best tips that I received in my career. One tip that I received that didn't really help my career as much was to copy someone else's career. So like I said, being a model is about embracing your uniqueness, what makes you unique, what makes you different, being an individual. So you don't necessarily want to mimic someone else's career because if you mimic that person's career, you're pretty much just a knockoff. And you know, clients are gonna see that as like, oh, you're just like this person, but not quite. You're like the fake version. So you wanna be true to yourself, represent who you are, stand out in your own way. And clients are gonna love that. Not only clients, the agencies are gonna love that as well. Designers are gonna love that. So don't copy someone else's career. Don't compare yourself to another model. Just follow your own path. Everyone's path is different. Follow your own path and embrace it. Embrace your individuality. So don't worry about what other models are doing. Just focus on yourself and focus on achieving your goals. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you have questions, feel free to drop a comment down below. I'm always open to your comments. I try to respond to as many of your questions as I can. So, you know, hit me up if you guys like this video. I appreciate a thumbs up. If you like my new sets, my new background, give me a thumbs up as well. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys on my next one.